is now time for Ask the Expert. The Summer Olympics on today's TMJ4 officially kicks off tonight in Rio de Janeiro with the opening ceremonies.
So we have Dr. Christopher Dale, a local orthopedic surgeon with Aurora Healthcare and team physician for Carroll University. And you have a long history working with athletes at all levels. So we're talking about the best athletes here. You've been involved talking with them, treating athletes for years. What does it take for someone to compete at this high level? I mean, these aren't just your average athletes, right?
There's a huge team of people supporting these athletes to get to the Olympics, from dietitians to sports psychologists to athletic trainers. So repetition, repeating what you've trained for all these years. These athletes have been going since they've been 3 years old. So falling back on your training, trying to be in the moment at the time.
And it's got to be more than just physical as far as when you think about this training, wouldn't you say? As far as preparing for something that's just challenging.
Yeah, some of these events come down to 100th of a second, like you know, and that mental visualization. And, you know, these athletes, to function at the highest level, need to sleep hours a day, have the right diet, proper nutrition.
So by the time they're getting to the Olympics, they have done everything they can to prepare themselves physically and mentally to be there. What is it like then on these days, these moments before the competition? It's all mental, isn't it, at that point?
Probably trying to calm yourself more than anything. Even to prevent simple illnesses like getting a cold, something like that could really throw you off track. So it can be even the minutia, the small details that matter.
And how important are the doctors in all of this?
Well, extremely important, these repetitive use injuries, even for local athletes that we take care of, that build up over time, even massage therapists.
So what potential injuries? I mean, there's some tough sports out there. I know there's the triathlon that some are doing, and then there's soccer, and there's so many events. I mean, what sort of things do they worry about in terms of potential injury at this stage?
Most likely at this point it's overuse injuries, so trying to how to mitigate those type of injuries, stretch, flexibility, training, proper medication.
So the minds of these athletes, I mean, it's game on. And it's so hard. I mean, when you see the triumphs, you know that they've worked at this for years.
But
I mean,
when
I
you
think
see the defeats.
Right, and
Oh,
you
no.
know, because it's every 4 years. I mean, I think I heard Michael Phelps saying this is his 5th Olympics.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's but they are prepared to be the best, and that requires training on a daily basis. I mean, do they get a break in their schedule? What do you tell them?
There is no break until after, right?
When they're sleeping. I mean, they sleep like 12 to 13 hours a day, so that's their one break.
How, if they're working out and training so much?
You get up, you have breakfast, and you take a nap. And then you train again, you take another nap. This routine that they have is laid out for them.
And what challenges do they face by going now to a different country? They're not at home, they're not in their normal environment.
The altitude,
the change,
water, the heat.
How do they prepare for that?
These folks are professionals. They've traveled, they've done this before, so they may have rehearsed a lot of this, not only locally or abroad before.
Yeah, to get into that time zone as well. I mean, it's only what we were looking at.
We're 2 hours behind.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's not that big of a difference. Yeah.
And they're on a cruise ship, right, down there?
Yeah, right.
It could be all fun.
Yes.
Dr. Dale, thank you very much for coming in. Got a question for our experts? Email them at asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. We always have the number right there. Maybe once in a while Shannon will pick up. Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.